revelation years ago. I was sitting at a bar after work, and I was listening to this man, probably in his mid 50s, talking about the same excuses. That day he was talking about he lost his job because he had a flat and he couldn't afford to fix it, and just the same old kind of BS, victim of circumstance and everything. It dawned on me, how that lifestyle, and the longevity of it, these things that creep up, like just the washer breaking or something like that, it won't get fixed. It's just gonna sit there. It's gonna be broke. You know what I mean? If as things deteriorate, you just don't deal with them, and all the way down to the point where, these little minor setbacks, financial setbacks, are daunting. You know what I mean? They throw you into a full fucking spiral. As time progressed, as I relinquished my my rights pretty much on everything, you know what I mean? My finances were always scrutinized, where I was going, what I was doing. My wife basically had to come in and handle everything and save it. My wife had given me a credit card, a prepaid credit card, and that's how I functioned out in life. You know what I mean? As far as being able to get gas, food, things that didn't require cash. And it really helped a lot, dude. Those moments, where I'd be on my way home, or those moments that I was feeling some type of way, I had some kind of defense, because I would get the feeling, I would run to the ATM, and if it gave me, if there was any money in there, I'd overdraft it. Boom, $100. Might as well take 100 if you're going to overdraft,
If you're getting the $30 service fee, you might have really just blow it over, right?
Might as well just get 100, yeah.
Hey, you're touching on something great, which could be a niche for future, podcasts I do with other people, and that is our relationship to money. When I was in active addiction, and this was past after I already blew my 401k, my Roth, cashed out my life insurance policy, fucked off all the other stuff and went into debt. I would literally spend, the minute I got paid, I already was spending it and was behind. Or if I was getting Christmas money, I knew I was getting $100. I already had the deal set up 3 days before Christmas. This was a long time ago when I behaved like that, but it happened to me just a few months ago where I realized that my grandma sent me $100 for Christmas. Same thing she's done every year for my whole life. In March, it was like March or April, I still had the $100 bill in my wallet. I had never spent it. And I go, This is so different. It was so profound for me to think I've had this $100 bill in my wallet for 4 months. And in the past, I was spending everything weeks before I got it, man. So it was a transformational experience for me.
Absolutely. It's that psychic change, my man. I mean, something changes in our heart. You know what I mean? It's a good thing, man. It's a spiritual thing.
I've talked with other people too, where like with my father, when I was out of control, he had to come in and step in and cancel all my cards. Like I was asleep one day, he went up into my wallet and cut everything up, shut down certain accounts because I was out of control. So he kind of come in to mitigate damage. A lot of people did need financial help from other people to learn how to spend money again. And you're talking about your wife stepped in, and so she put like a budget or put restrictions on it. Did that affect you? Feel like emasculated in a way that your wife had to do that?
At that point, when you're willing to do anything, you're willing to do anything, and that's just part of it. Anybody who's working on getting their life back has to make certain admissions, right? Has to level that pride. It's part of the steps as well. Where when we're still holding on to that control, holding on to the will, holding on to reservations or what have you, that's still being in control. Me at the helm, I basically wrecked this ship. You know what I mean? I took the clay and I made nothing. I just crushed it. That's something we have to deal with on a daily basis. You know what I mean? Because I'm the man. Dude, I'm a man. I'm in my mid 30s. You know what I mean? And in this culture, in this world, we're expected to do certain things. We act a certain way, but
When we're in active addiction, we're putting toxins in our body. We're also not taking care of the car. We're not getting the oil changed on time. It's probably not certified. The tires are old. So everything about maintenance, like recovery maintenance, putting your health and wellness first, then slowly trickles into everything else, getting your landscaping slightly better, getting the home slightly better. And I saw that with myself, to where I take care of whatever I have, I use, and everything that I use is functional, and I try to keep it up to standards because I don't have much and I've really simplified my life.
we're programmed to survive, right? And I think addiction really hijacks that survival tactic, where our basic needs change.
It actually damages the reward circuitry of the brain, tricking the mind to think that the drug is required to survive. So it hijacks the survival mechanism, ineffectively inverting the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, putting drugs below food or shelter, period. It's bizarre. And there's nothing more dysfunctional or toxic than substance use disorder. So I have compassion for people and other people that are going through stuff, but because I've experienced the craziest thing you can possibly ever. I don't need food. I don't need water. I don't need shelter. Just give me drugs. That's what my mind fucking told me, man.
I would try to figure out a way to make it on $25 a week. You know what I mean? And
I actually touch on this in the parents course that I made, where I help parents kind of adjust how they view their son or daughter in early recovery. Because you said, I used to live off $25 a week. I've talked to parents where they're like, listen, I put like $400 on a debit card for them for food for the month. And I'm thinking like, that's enough for me to get high as a kite. And in their mind, they're like, that's only $10 a day for food, paper towels, and toilet paper. I was like, you don't understand how efficient a drug addict can be when they want to be.
And it really needs to be a secure credit card, man. Don't let the plastic visas fool you, man. I mean, you got so many fucking ways to transfer money nowadays. Excuse my language, but I mean, yeah, it can be done if their addict is creative enough. Gift cards and stuff get sold and stuff in that way, as far as using PayPal or whatever. But something to think about.
No, well, what I used to do was I would call my dealer and say, hey, do you need gas in your car? My mom, they're putting money on my card thinking I'm just getting food with it, and I'm getting high as a kite, man, and they're paying.
So many different things as a parent, trying to, win back their